So we are super happy to welcome Jeff Richards, the Vice President of Marketing and Community Engagement. That's a very long title of the Seattle Seahawks on the show. Jeff, welcome. How are you doing?
I'm great. Thanks for having me.
So can you tell us a little bit about your role that you have with the Seahawks?
Yes, happy to. I am entering my 12th season with the Seahawks, and I tell folks I've got the most fun job here, probably outside of Pete Carroll. I get to work with the 12s every day. My groups are marketing, our fan engagement, game entertainment, community, how we show up on social and digital media. So we believe we have the best fans in the NFL, and the groups that I work with are charged with entertaining, engaging, keeping them informed of what's going on. And one of the most fun things that I've gotten to work on is our international marketing. That's been a blast to just see the interest in the Seahawks across the world.
Yeah, so with the team coming to Germany, I mean, it's a significant moment probably for the Seahawks franchise. Can you explain a bit more about the background around the selection process for the game in Munich 2022 and how it has happened from your perspective?
Yeah. So really the NFL at the league office in New York, they decide the schedule, including who plays in the international games. The home teams are the designated teams for those games, whether it's in Germany, in the UK, in Mexico, or beyond eventually. Those are usually now going forward going to be clubs who have IHMA rights, so international home marketing area rights in those countries. The visiting team, so that would be the Seahawks in this Germany game, are selected after those home teams are picked. So in this particular situation, the Bucs were identified, Tampa Bay Buccaneers were identified as the team that would host this game. And so the NFL looked at their schedule, and as I've been told, the Seahawks jumped out to them on that schedule. The strength of our following internationally, but especially in Germany, the way that the 12s showed up at our game in 2018 at Wembley Stadium when we played the Raiders, and being there, it felt like a Seahawks home game. That was sort of a common phrase that we heard from broadcasters to NFL, and even the players on the field said it felt like a Seahawks home game. And so the NFL said, we want to have this first game in Germany. It's so important. We want to have it be as great a success as possible. And we were lucky enough to be selected to play that game.
You already talked a little bit about the great fan base that you have internationally. You have a great fan base in Canada, but also in Germany. We know the German Seahawkers everywhere. They're, I think, the biggest fan group in Germany. So great work from them. Could you imagine also in the future that you maybe have the home market agreement for Europe or for Germany in particular?
That has been a topic of conversation, and the strength of the fan base in Germany, especially with the work that Lucas and the German Seahawkers have done to feed that interest from fans there in Germany. It is absolutely something that is a point of discussion internally. There's a lot that goes into it. It's a big commitment, and what we're evaluating right now are the benefits of those IHMA rights versus sort of the limitations or the obligations that may come along with having those rights. So it is absolutely something that's being discussed. It would be a thrill to be able to do that, but it doesn't preclude us from not having rights right now. It doesn't preclude us from engaging with the fans there in a variety of ways. So we'll see.
Yeah, that's a perfect transition, actually. So tell us a bit more about your plans for the Munich game in regards to marketing, community engagement, regardless of the international home marketing agreement.
As soon as I found out that we were going to be playing in this game, I got immediately excited. My mind started spinning with opportunities and questions. A group of us went out in June to Munich, and it was my first time being in Munich, but beautiful city. And the German people that we interacted with were incredibly welcoming. There was excitement across the city for this game. We were at a bar in the hotel one night. The bartender finds out that we're from the Seahawks, and turns out he's this lifelong Seahawks fan. He has a deep passion for the team.
That's cool.
And we had a great conversation all evening. We went down to Neuenstein Castle, just south of Munich. And we had our 12 flag, which sort of represents our fan base. And two different groups came and said, "Are you're Seahawks fans?" And when they found out we were from the Seahawks, there was excitement. So this a bunch of random interactions with German fans. We felt just in a couple of days in June that there was a huge passion for the Seahawks. But as you know very well, there's a huge passion for the NFL in general in Germany. The NFL knows that. They characterize it as probably the biggest opportunity market for them, with such an educated, smart, and passionate group of football fans in Germany. They want to turn Munich into the NFL experience. So I don't want to steal their thunder and tip too much of what the NFL is going to do. But if you're in the Old Town area there in Mariensplatz, Odeonsplatz, that area, where there's so much history, you will know the NFL is in town. There will be experiences for the most passionate NFL fans and people who don't know anything about American football. It will be a really wonderful sort of football festival for 2 or 3 days over the course of the weekend. So that's kind of what the NFL has planned. From a team standpoint, we'll have a home base that's going to be right in that area. We're going to be at a pub, a beautiful, historic, very large pub right there in that area, and it will be the home base for Seahawks fans and established and hopefully new Seahawks fans. We'll have entertainment going throughout the weekend. Fans will be able to come and pick up giveaway items, commemorative items to remember the game. They'll get to meet former Seahawks players. They'll get to meet our mascot, which is a big thing in American football. Blitz will be there. And one of my favorite things from our experience in London that I want us to bring to the game in Munich is we had a giant world map, and then we had these little 12 flag pins. And over the course of the weekend in London, fans from all over the world would come in and grab one of those pins and put it on the map where they were from. What we noticed in hindsight was that Germany had the greatest concentration of these little 12 flags. So there were so many German fans in London, but we'll be excited to do something similar here in Munich in the pub and just see where fans are coming from. There's a handful of other things that we'll do, some fun content, and honestly some exciting content that will bring the Seahawks and a few really iconic members of the Seahawks to Germany before the Munich game. So we'll roll some of that out here before the game as well. But really the idea is whether you are a Seahawks fan from Germany or you're coming from Seattle or the UK or Brazil, that you have a home base, you have a place where you can come connect with other 12s, and you can also interact with the Seahawks. So you can probably see my enthusiasm. I'm excited. Just the interaction with fans, again, whether they're brand new fans or they've been fans since they were a kid, we are excited about the opportunity to just interact with them, especially German fans.
Wow, you did some great teasing. We cannot wait, exactly. So how open are the Seahawks to come back to Germany in the next years? As you said, you're not yet a home marketing team, but the interest is there, obviously.
the interest is there. From a Seahawks standpoint, we have been excited about this. Now, Pete Carroll, John Schneider, our head coach and our GM, found out pretty early on that this German game was a possibility. And immediately, as they were preparing for this year's draft, they started to try to learn German in the draft room there each day as they were looking at and scouting for the next group of Seahawks. They were learning German. So the team is excited about it. We are excited about it. And we have a weekly call with the German Seahawkers and the NFL. We know they are excited for this game as well. We would love to come back. Again, it's up to the NFL. It's not our choice. So whether our next international game is in Germany and maybe another city in Germany, or it ends up being in Canada or Mexico City or Brazil or China, we're up for it. And we know that Seahawks fans, we have a saying, we say there are 12s everywhere. And so we know Seahawks fans will show up in great numbers wherever that game is, but we would love to come back to Germany. I've fallen in love with Germany already, just being there a couple times in the last few months. So I'm excited to be there in November.
Awesome. So
Perfect.
I guess we will see you in November in Munich.
I hope so. Yes.
Yeah.
Please come visit us. And fans can go to Seahawks.com/international right now. They can sign up for information. But in the next couple of weeks, once we get past our home opener, we'll really start talking to fans who intend to come to the game. And we'll be sharing what those plans are in more detail, how they can come meet former players, how they can come meet Blitz, where they can go and when they can go, and sort of what's going on. So we'll share all of that in the coming weeks.
Awesome. Perfect. Thank you so much, Jeff.
Thank you. Nice to meet you very much.